The Food and Drug Administration has approved the first new drug in a new class of antibiotics for treating urinary tract infections.
It's the first time that's happened in nearly 30 years. UW Health's Dr. Jeff Potoff is here for his weekly visit. Nice to have something besides politics to talk about today. So what is this drug and what's the significance of it?
Yeah, so the name of it is Blue Jeepa, and I don't know who comes up with those names, but that's what it is. I think the thing that's significant about it is it's been a long time since we've had an antibiotic that's been developed that works via a new mechanism to kill the E. coli, the most common bacteria that causes urinary tract infection, in the setting of where we're seeing increased resistance against some of the bacteria, or some of the antibiotics that we've used in the past to treat urinary tract infections.
What do you normally treat them with? Penicillin?
Yeah, so the way that we do this, it's actually maybe kind of interesting, is we get a urinalysis, and that's kind of like, it gives us an idea of if an infection is present. If it is, what we do is we take all of the sensitivity data from our local population, so we know like what percent of our E. coli isolates are sensitive to what antibiotics. We pick the one that's most likely to work. So it's even when we don't have the culture back, it's an evidence-based decision on what we pick. Then we send that specific person's culture or urine for culture, and we learn what bacteria is it, is it E. coli, and what is it sensitive to. And if we guessed right, we're like, great, nothing to do. If we guess wrong, we call the patient, we say, hey, you know, that Bactrim we put you on, that's not going to work. We're going to send a new prescription to your pharmacy. But sometimes nothing that we have works. Then the only option is, do we admit them to the hospital for IV antibiotics, which seems excessive, or do we use something like Blue Jeepa, which is going to be more expensive, but might be an oral option that they can take at home.
UTIs are relatively common, right? But they can be potentially dangerous for older people.
Yeah, absolutely. So a urinary tract infection, if it stays in the bladder, it's not a big deal. You get urinary burning, urgency, frequency, but sometimes it gets up in the kidney, pyelonephritis, that's a little bit more dangerous, or it gets in the bloodstream and can cause sepsis. So you don't want to ignore urinary tract infection. It's good to get treated for them.
Yeah, and so it sounds like this is just another option to give relief to people so they don't have to suffer.
Yeah, I think so. And it gives us a new mechanism by which to combat these bacteria that are, you know, constantly trying to evade our current antibiotics.
Why did it take 30 years?
Good question. I don't know. I have no idea.
Wow. That would be a great story about how they name these things. Blue Jeepa.
The person had a blue Jeep and he liked it. He's like, wow, there we go.
Yeah.
The other thing, for a lot of people who suffer seasonal allergies, spring is a terrible time for them. What are we looking at? Do you have any advice for people?
Yeah, I think we are starting to get in that season. For seasonal allergies, what we're typically talking about are then pollens to grasses, weeds, trees. You know, the first line of defense is one, avoid it if you can. That's easier said than done, but try not to expose yourself to things you know you're allergic to. The second thing is our first line treatment is actually nasal irrigation, so like neti pots. Everyone's going like, oh my God, that's gross. I don't want to put saline through my nose and have it come out the other side. I agree, it's gross, but it's pretty effective. If that doesn't work, we have sprays, steroid sprays, antihistamine sprays, those are next. And if those aren't working, you know, go to some of those over-the-counter antihistamines, your sertrazine, fexofenadine, loratadine. Those are all ways you can combat it. If you're still struggling, talk to your doctor. Sometimes there's desensitization therapies and things like that we can use.
What are the name brands of those things you just mentioned?
Oh, you're gonna quiz me now. So I think, boy, I'm probably
Sudafed?
Zyrtec.
Oh, okay.
Claritin, and I'm going to get the last
That's okay,
one.
but that's easier to remember.
We run out of time. You're off the hook now. It's okay.
Good deal.
Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Dr. Potoff. Good to see you.